Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
All right, so through the first part of this evening, weather will not be too much of an issue. As we look downtown right now, we're only noticing the wind pick up, and that's going to continue to ramp up as we go through the evening as well. So 37, that number will continue to rise. I think we're in the low 40s, maybe even mid 40s by the time you wake up tomorrow morning. And once again, we're going to be talking about the potential for some strong wind gusts. So this is kind of a breakdown of what to expect and when I think the highest winds will likely occur. So going into tonight, into the first part of the day tomorrow, wind gusts 45 to 55 miles an hour, especially higher elevations. If this sounds familiar, it should. We just went through this the other day. Saturday, not quite as strong, but still gusty. 40 to 50 mile per hour gusts, and it will be turning colder through the day. And still breezy on Sunday, but notice how we gradually subside in terms of the wind gusts here as we go through the weekend. So we have, once again, wind advisory posted here. This is for all of central New York with a high wind warning up north over the higher elevations. And once again, those hardest hit areas will likely get a little downslope wind. So once again, we could be looking at strong gusts up in the Watertown area where they don't need it anymore. And in addition to the wind advisory, we have winter storm warnings in effect. Higher elevations, the Tug Hill, winter weather advisory, northern Herkimer County, and then up into the Adirondacks. It's a winter storm warning, speaking to the fact that we're going to get some not only regular, what we call synoptic widespread snow this evening, but then some lake effect snow. Temperatures now are in the 30s. These will be on the rise. Already in the upper 30s in Hartwick and Cooperstown, hanging on to the 20s, though, up across the heart of the Adirondacks, 31 at last check in Old Forge. So not much going on here locally, but we go out a little bit wider, and you can see the storm system here out towards Indiana and Ohio. Snow on the northwestern side of it. As this bumps into some colder air, it will start as a burst of wet snow this evening. So I think by 9 o'clock, it will be snowing here in the Mohawk Valley. And then as we go through the overnight, we'll have that southeasterly wind, gusty, and we'll see that snow change over to rain. Temperatures start in the 40s tomorrow and then drop. And then we start to line up the lake effect snow on a west and southwest wind. So this is a look at how much snow is expected right through the day Sunday. Notice for the most part, it's fairly light here locally, dusting to an inch or two. Higher elevations, though, up towards the Tug Hill Plateau and into the Adirondacks could have several inches of snow. And I also wanted to just take a quick snapshot of what's going to occur out to the west. Big football game in Buffalo, Orchard Park. Lake effect snow will fire up out there in excess of a foot. So the football game Sunday at 1 o'clock at Highmark could be a little interesting. So wet snow will be developing here as we go into the evening. It will turn gusty as temperatures rise, and then they start to drop through the day tomorrow. So 42 is in the morning. Leftover rain showers taper, windy, colder by the afternoon with a few scattered snow showers in the afternoon. And lake effect snow on Sunday, especially to the north and west. It's still windy, 28. MLK holiday, just cold, maybe a few flurries, partly sunny, 23. Some light snow around Tuesday, and then icy cold weather as we go into Wednesday. Some scattered lake effect snow showers and flurries, maybe not quite as harsh by Thursday and Friday.
All right, sounds good. Not too bad, Craig. Still to come on Eyewitness News at 6. It's a race against...
Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
Welcome back to Eyewitness News first at 10. That is a look downtown tonight. Just some very light snow as the next storm system approaching. The wind picking up as well. 39 degrees, though. So temperatures are going to be going up. So any snow is going to change to rain. And the wind will actually continue to increase steady right now at 17 miles an hour. There could be some higher gusts, especially over higher elevations. Tonight into tomorrow morning, that looks to be the strongest wind. Some of the higher elevations could get to in excess of 50 miles an hour. And then through the day Saturday, probably 40, 45. A few isolated higher elevations might get to 50 miles per hour, so still gusty Saturday. And still going to be windy as we get into Sunday as well, although the gusts will subside a little bit. We have a wind advisory that's in effect here because of the potential for those strong gusts. And unfortunately, once again, those same areas that got wind whipped with the last storm up in Watertown, 55, 60 mile per hour gusts again overnight. Keep in mind, this is after these areas earlier this week had gusts in excess of 70 miles an hour. And then to compound things, we're going to throw lake effect snow on top of that. Winter storm warnings are posted for the Tug Hill, northern Herkimer County. It's a winter weather advisory, so there will be some accumulating snow as we go into the weekend. These strong southwest winds will usher in much colder air and lake effect snow. And if you're curious, Orchard Park is right about there. There's probably going to be blizzard conditions this weekend for the big game in Buffalo. This is very light rain and wet snow. Notice the lower elevations here, a little bit of rain, but some higher elevation wet snow continues to develop here and work its way to the north. It's all part of a larger storm system that is centered near Detroit Motor City right now, working its way to the west. So that's employing all of this rain and wet snow and all this moisture, which will be around for a little while before changing to rain overnight. Not shown here, the strong gusty winds which will be developing through the course of the day Saturday. And notice with a southwesterly wind, the focus for lake effect snow up north. So that's why we have the winter storm warnings. Notice that is where it's going to be right through Saturday, Saturday night, and into Sunday, really piling up too. So up north, that's the best chance for up to a foot of snow, the Tug Hill. And I just want to quickly show you this snapshot out in western New York, out near Buffalo. 10, 12 inches, so a foot of snow. Not to mention, it's going to be windy, there's going to be blowing snow, and a very cold football. So not good for passing, and, well, visibility will probably be an issue too. So some wet snow out there this evening, changes to rain. Temperatures will actually drop through the course of the day tomorrow. Windy. Some scattered wet snow showers in the afternoon with lake effect snow Sunday, still gusty 28. And I mentioned the coldest air so far this winter. Into next week, temperatures by Wednesday, Brennan, might not get out of the teens, man.
Yeah, not looking great, and especially not looking
Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
As we look downtown tonight, I've noticed on the lens here some droplets of water indicating that it's light rain in the lowest elevations, but there's some light snow that is falling in the higher terrain. As we check out the current temperature, it's 37, so we're talking mainly wet weather, lower elevations, that east-southeasterly wind get a little gusty, and it will be through the overnight. Now, we do have at least a moderate risk for localized damaging wind gusts. I think the highest elevations probably has the best chance of getting to 50 or 55. The rest of us through the overnight should fall between that 45 to 50 range, but enough to notice. And even into tomorrow, it's gusty. We really don't see the wind gusts subside until Sunday. And that being said, it's still going to be windy and much colder by Sunday. So because of that, wind advisory is in effect here across the entire Mohawk Valley. Wind warnings up north, where they just had over 70 mile per hour wind gusts. That could happen again overnight into Saturday with a downsloping wind towards Watertown, the airport in Dexter. We'll see how high the wind gets up that way. In addition, we have winter storm warnings posted, speaking to the fact that there will be some significant lake effect snow developing, especially straight east of Lake Ontario as we go into the weekend. And because of that, that's where we think the highest snowfall amounts will be. So westerly winds blowing across Lake Ontario. West and southwest winds will keep the significant lake effect snow to the north. And by the way, Orchard Park, right about there, big game this weekend. Feet of snow, blizzard conditions, fun. Probably a low-scoring game with a very cold football. Now, you kind of, when you look at the radar, you kind of got to know how weather works a little bit, and it's interesting from a meteorological standpoint. Higher elevation snow, okay, so there it is, north, up towards Forestport and into the Adirondacks, and then also down to the south. With that southeast wind, we're seeing downsloping effect, so it's kind of drying out the lower elevations, and we have just light rain falling in downtown Utica right now. Center of the storm here, working its way to the north, so we'll get that little burst of snow to go through. Then it's rain into tomorrow morning with scattered wet snow showers developing as winds shift and drag in some colder air. Notice all the while, lake effect snow will be most persistent and consistent up north right through the day, Saturday to Saturday night. That's where the highest accumulations will be. The top of the Tug could have up to a foot of snow. And real quick, let's just show you out west where the game's going on this weekend. By the time we get to Sunday, wind and cold, look at these numbers. Anywhere to a foot plus. Blizzard conditions, tough travel to and from the game. So we have a little wet snow over to light rain this evening. Temperatures continue to rise, and then through the day tomorrow, rain showers go to some wet snow showers in the afternoon, windy and turning colder through the afternoon. 42 is in the morning and temperatures falling into the 30s. Gusty wind with lake effect snow showers, especially north and west Sunday. And then some of the coldest air of the season heading into next week. We may not even get to 20 by the time we get into mid next week.
Yikes. Good luck to everyone going to the Bills game this weekend.
Let's go Bills.
I hope it's worth it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Coming up next on Eyewitness